In this video, I'm going to play Tiny Glade and ramble quietly whilst you fall asleep. I'll be building an entire fairy tale village, and every so often I'm going to generate a random question that I'll answer for you. And if you ask me a question or pick a subject that you'd like to hear me talk about in the comments, I might answer it in the next video. So ask away, but keep it clean. I'm MadMorph, and this is my gaming channel. I also have a channel on YouTube for my podcast where I read books to help you sleep. That's called Down to Sleep, and you can hear it on Spotify and wherever you get podcasts, or join me on Patreon. I thought I would try bringing some of that vibe over here because this game is just perfect for it. Wait till we get into it. The sounds are just so relaxing. Let me know if you enjoy this in a comment below. Recommend some games you'd like to fall asleep to, or go ahead and ask me a question. But for now, let's go ahead and tuck you in. Take a nice deep breath for me. And let's get down to sleep with Tiny Glade. I feel like this is a pretty nice start. We have a nice little fairy tale bridge here. And we can just do what we want in the area. We're going to try and build a whole little village out and see where we go from there. I'm feeling drawn to this little mushroom corner over here. But we might start with our first little building. And I think what'll be cute about this build is that instead of doing one large building for the first time, I'm going to be... That's a bit loud, isn't it? Should we turn that down some? There we go. I'm going to be doing a series of smaller buildings and making it feel more like a village, which I like, as we just kind of enjoy the ASMR of the game and the sounds, the amazing sound design. So let's go ahead and say we're going to keep this as our center point and then start to bring things around and create this village. It could even be that maybe this is like a village square and we'll kind of build out from here, you know? And see how things go. What might this house be? It looks to me like it would be where almost a stable is kind of the vibe I'm getting. This is where people first pull into the village and leave their horses and their donkeys. So we'll give it this kind of vibe. Ooh, and see where we go from there. What's this? We've got... Oh, we can now do the colours of the beams. I didn't notice that before. I wonder if that was there before. Don't remember it being there, but it looks great. Let's... I feel like it wouldn't be brick. I want it to feel like not brick. And there isn't quite a wood colour, but this feels like less brickworky. But I do like the dark too. I think go with I like the dark. It suits what we have going on here in Fairy Tale Land. And let's play with the roof a little bit. A more stably shaped roof to it. And I feel like we want some windows along the side. And it's almost like each stall that the horses are in has a window at the back for air. And we won't worry about the back end for now. And a light over the door. And a light on the corner to mark its importance as a place where you first arrived. And there wouldn't be a chimney here, but there will be a flag on the roof. Like so. Can we rotate rotate it at all, or is it just like that? Let's put it right up there. On the, there's a little, look at the little bird that was nesting. That was so cute. Okay. There we go. I quite like the angle it was at already, to be honest with you. Mark that little area in with flowers quite nicely. Quite like that so far. Oh, didn't. Actually, no. Too much. Too much, too much, too much. And a tree. Just... Oh, I like that one. There we go. That's about right, I think. Now, perhaps there would be something on the front, but it's not going to be a big window. It's going to be one of these. And I'm going to match it on the other side. Like that. And that can be our first little arrival building for the village done. As we sweep on further around, let's create our pathway. Gonna have things come down there. This comes here. Look how mysterious it all looks through there. As we connect up on the other side of our bridge. And here, we shall build on the corner. Like so. Oh, excuse me. Here, thank you very much. Thank you, darling. We take this down. And it's looking a little intense right now. I think it needs to be smaller, actually. To bring it down some, shrink it in some. See how that is a bit better. And I'm actually gonna rotate this for the vibe that I have in mind for it. Actually, what I want to do is this is here like this, right? And then it's going to have stuff that comes off the side of the wall. Like this. But this is going to be open with the path. Like so. It's a little close to where this path comes down here. Maybe I'll switch where the bridge actually comes down. That'd be the best way to do this, I think. Almost like a little courtyard. I want this to feel like a blacksmith's almost, you know? And they kind of have those bits on the side, don't they? Where all the anvil is and everything. And instead of this path coming down this way, we're going to have it come out down here. Like a straight shot over. And I'm actually going to remove it here. Like so, with the eraser tool. Erase the path, there we go. Nice. And I might just chill this terrain out slightly. To make it look a little more like that. There we go. Now, let's go ahead and go for a similar color. Not to have things get too crazy. Like that. I'm enjoying that vibe here, and we need to match the walls up, I think. Yeah. Like so. And I'm going to shrink this side, that one there. And the back as well, up to the doorway. Definitely. I like that better, I think. Seems a bit more interesting. Maybe just bring that slightly. Oh! What did I do? Snipped something. What was that? If I snip it here. Interesting. We'll go with it. And the entrance is on the front. It's going to be a smaller one. Get rid of those. There we go. Perfect. Do wish I'd set it back slightly. From the road to give us a little more. Like this. I guess we can just move everything piece by piece. That's fine. I suppose. Like. Oh, that's interesting how that joined up together, isn't it? Whoa. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then just move this one back a little. As well. Oh, you can turn them. Oh, that's so cool. You can just like take back over. I love how easy that was for us. Look. Oh my god, that's so brilliant. Wonderful. Or, you know, don't look if you're curled up with your eyes closed. That's fine. Stay where you are. Let's get this doorway in now. I actually want to bring the grass back. Like this. A little trick for you. That's a big door. Do that again. And then just a layer of path out front. To stop it from having... Perfect. To stop it from having the grass right out front. Like so. Quite like the ladder there. I like the wheelbarrow, so we're going to leave that. A light. Oh, let's actually try for a light. Like a corner light, if we can get it. Right there. And then I think one here to light up the little courtyard area. And then I feel like this would be a good vibe for here. Like so. Oh, I know. I like that there. Can we do it without it interrupting it? I don't think so. Doesn't seem so. What about one of these? Okay. Don't like it. What if we leave that one there and go over here? Where is it? It's part of the wall in there, isn't there? Let's see. Can't quite... Oh. Okay. I didn't know you could do arches without doors here. Oh, there we go. I like that. That's looking good. There we go. We need a window. Oh. just remove this. That's fine. Maybe just change it from that variant because the paper hanging looks weird. Like, that's fine. Okay, and then there would be a door here. Like that. Okay. So we've got our first 2 buildings in our little village. So we carry on. I think now over here I'm feeling a bit of a tower. Might be on this corner. Right here. Let's get a vibe. The tower. The wizard's tower that overlooks the forge. Well, about there. I feel like there would be kind of a shape on the front. You like go into it, a bit like a lighthouse or something, do you know what I mean? It's like an entrance to said tower, which is then has liberty to be much bigger. Like so. That's a more interesting shape than just having a tower there, right? Let's see what kind of questions we have. What's something from your childhood that you still love today? Something from your childhood that you still love today. Lasagna. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Star Trek The Next Generation. Why is it all TV shows? What's something from your childhood that you still love today? It's a lovely thought, isn't it? To be positive about. And also one that's kind of maybe difficult to answer. Oh yes, I really want to get the big window here. Ah, but the roof, it's not tall enough. Now it might let me. That's interesting. Kind of dig that. Now what happens if I make... Ah, okay. Disappears. In that case, that might look better. I like a little roof on it. I do like that. For me, what do I remember? A lot of stuff from childhood. Playing with toys, figures, making up your own little movies and action scenes in your head. You just had... Everything was about your imagination, you know? I don't know if kids really do that these days. You'd hope so. Like, not playing with computers, but just with like what would be, you know, G.I. Joes somewhere and just doing all the voices, making up all the stuff yourself. Going out to play, trying to see your friends. Would there be a chimney on this tower? Oh, there would be a chimney on the smiths, actually. We should put this here. On the back side. There we go. Go to school, come back. Kind of once I started getting into video games, it was over for me, you know? Best thing ever. Totally addicted. A real problem. Well, let me tell you. Some more little flags everywhere, they look nice. Hang that there. Like that tower there. We could have windows around it, I think. Like so. Not on that top side. Very nice. Now let's look at colours. You can have this tower kind of change the vibe up. It's not going to be the same colour as the others. We might go for this. There we go. I'm liking what we're doing here so far. I think we've worked really well together. I'm glad that you're here, okay? Thanks. Replace that out the back. There we go. Now, we've got 3 things in. Let's say hello to the little sheep. Hello, sheep. That woke everyone up. And what would happen over here? It's got to be a castle somewhere, right? But I don't think it would be in this area. And also a witch's cabin. I think the castle would be in the distance beyond this pathway. It comes out, cuts through and winds through. Oh, wait, we're at the edge of the thing here, so it can't be here. We have to go towards where we have a bit more space. So this is the way to the castle. Around the great trunk and through. It's going to have to be in this area. So let's remove the trees, shall we? Like so. Put them back in afterwards. Like this big one, so we're going to move this one. For now. There. And get rid of some of these big logs. Can't drag them, can I just... They just live there, huh? Seems like. Can't get rid of this. Just part of the world. What happens if I build over them? Ah. There it goes. Well, I think it would be like an entrance. Coming off of here. Entrance to the courtyard. If it's going to be a castle, it's going to be quite straight, and it'll take up this whole backside. Like this. Drag it up. I'm going to leave it open for now. Big area. Put some towers on the front here. love that you can push and pull the doors. As we remove those. Like that. You certainly wouldn't have the doors there on the front, they'd be on the back. Actually, I feel like what I want to do now, that's what I love about this, is it's just, you can be so trial and error with it. And then you see an opportunity for something, and then you can experiment with that a bit. And see. I'm going to snip that apart, and then hopefully that means I can get rid of it without causing too much of an issue. Move the wall in. Move that in there. I'm kind of hoping to be able to do something like this. Perfect. If we lift that up. Ooh. Okay. Like so. Bring it down. Can I bring it down? Yes, perfect. And it's gonna be just like that. I wish I could put a little door here. I think I worked out how to do this before on a balcony. With the pathway. Yes, you use a window and it does it. That's absolutely perfect. Love that for us. And then there would be these, right, to look through. See what's going on out there in the world. See who's out there. There'll be more than one of these, probably, right? You want to get some angles. I want to be able to see. There you go. Do some more around the sides. I really like how that's coming together. I hope that you do too. May as well continue it around. Just gonna slip into some affirmations in a minute, tell you how well you're doing, how proud I am of you. I've actually been thinking of doing that on the Patreon, just because it gets requested a lot. I get asked a lot to do recordings for people. And I just thought maybe I put them on the digital store there. Not for very much, but just so it's separate to the podcast. But I don't know what people would want, because I don't listen to ASMR and I never have, so if you have any ideas what you would like to hear me say or talk about, then let me know. And we can see, maybe I'll do little things. Just like this is a bit of a test to see how well or how much people want to listen to something very sleepy along with this, as to if it's something we do more of, you know. Could do a sleepy falling asleep with different game series quite nicely. Just kind of ties into what I've been doing anyway with the podcast, you know. Because my original plan was to do sort of just rambling recordings on the podcast, and then I just thought, with that in mind, maybe I try it here with some gameplay too when it's a particularly sleepy game, and maybe that'll work for people and it gives an extra dynamic to it. Oh. But I definitely still have some plans for different kinds of sleepy content, which I won't share just yet. We'll just let that happen over on the podcast. And if you want to, of course, head over to Down to Sleep and see if it's happened yet or check it out. That's all good. Look at all the glow bugs, the fireflies. So we have a little look at what we've got so far in photo mode. And walk around, just as a little sneak peek of what we've done so far. But if you arrive in and got a little stable area here on the right, drop off your horsey, go to the blacksmiths. Probably need a light out front here too. And I need some lights on this wizard's tower. And then we'll build up this castle. So you come around, enter into the courtyard. And I think at the back here we'll have a big castle. Like this. Let's erase that. Like so. Dum dum dum. Oh, can't quite see that roof. There we go. Let's see what other icebreaker we have whilst I build this sphere. Let's see. If you could have one superpower today, what would it be and for what purpose? So let's be real. The 3 best superpowers are flight, teleportation, and probably the ability to control time, I would think, would be the most useful, all those 3. Flight would be like teleportation, but obviously you have to like travel to get there, you know? Think how fun it would be. Flight would be pretty useful though, too. It wouldn't just be quick, but I always thought teleportation would be awesome. Quite close to the edge here, I'm going to have to bring this forward if I want to put more towers in at the back, as we are at the boundary. Anyone that exists online has always wanted to have teleportation, because you're always going to know people that you're like, oh, I wish I could come and see you. And obviously that would make it a lot easier than getting a plane. I guess that's okay. I don't really like its position. There we go, that's better. Flying would just be amazing. I mean, we've all had flying dreams, and it just feels so cool even in a dream, and you wake up and think, wow. And time control, because there's just not enough hours in the day, honestly. I always have far too much to do, so much. And I do it to myself, but that's okay. A door, please. There we go. Beautiful. That looks pretty cool. I'm quite happy with how that turned out. Proud of myself. Thank you. It's not very even, is it? I think it would be better with those overall, I have to say. No. Like so. And let's come along here. You know what else would be really cool would be super speed. Because that's a transport power, and it's also, if you go fast enough, you can do time stuff. Timey-wimey. And think about having chores to do and just, you do it so quick. Clean the house. Do the washing up super fast. Perfect. I like that a lot too. Doing too much with them there. There we go. That's fine like that. Don't want to add too much. I'm tempted to put windows in the towers too. I mean, that would make sense, right? Let's try it. Not too many. Just enough to peek through. And shoot arrows through. It's kind of a vibe. Leave the bottom clear, because I mean, who's peeking through there really? I think that was the right move. That looks pretty good. Now we want to put a flag on top, obviously. And some hanging here. That's nice. That's good. And some lights, perhaps. Okay. I wonder if we would hang lights off of here or not. Chimneys out these back ones. It's a steampunk castle. The chimneys look silly, don't they? There we go. That's better. Let's close these walls up. Right here. Not much of a castle if you can walk in the back, is it? And paint. Change to daytime for a second, because I want to see the colours. A pink castle. The black castle. Black and pink. The Bear Castle, where the Pink Bear King resides. Looks quite nice at night time. Not sure what else would be in... Maybe we could try and make a nice garden out front. Like, delete the pathways. And then I'll show you at night a good way of doing a garden that I discovered. Like, not like that, sorry. No, I don't want it to double up. We should have a little pond out here, I think. Haven't done one yet. To put the flowers first and then lay a pathway. And it perfectly cuts through them. Let's just make it wider instead of doing doubles. And I think we're going to put a water here. What if we do like a little bridge across? That'd be nice. There could be a moat too, couldn't there, actually, here? Let's do that first. I like that as an edge to the map. Oh, we've come quite closer to the square than I wanted to be, I will tell you that. That's better. Okay. Oh, they're just swimming around outside. I love that. Okay. How did they do this bridge? I think it's a building block. Like this. Right? And then is it a path under? No. Maybe... It's not the roof. Oh! Did you see that? It's like a sort of aqueduct or something. That's interesting. So if we open that up into threes and then I pull it down... No. Behave yourself. Ah, then it turns to steps. I don't want it to be like that. Not quite what I want from it, but that's okay. Can't always get what you want. It's not center, is it? There we go. Little fairy tale bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap. looks pretty cool. I'm not sure about the castle being pink, but I might change that. It's like you kind of get used to something being the default color, and then when you change it, any other color doesn't look quite right. Do you know what I mean? That looks cool. Okay, so now we've got a bridge over water. Hopefully it's not troubled. Like so. That's sufficient. Oh, and even lower. I like that. That's even better, actually. And then we can work on our garden outside as well. Let's have another question. What's a small act of kindness you were once shown that you'll never forget? A small act of kindness you were once shown that you'll never forget. That's a very good question. Something that's far too rare in this world. I'll give you an act of kindness I received and an act of kindness that I did that I'll never forget. I don't know why, but the first thing that came to my mind, which probably shows that I haven't had many acts of kindness against me, for me, however you want to word it, was when I was in secondary school. I used to write a lot of music and write a lot of songs, write a lot of lyrics, and I had a book that I carried everywhere with me in high school, secondary school here, which was full of these lyrics that I would write through the day. I was obsessed with writing music and lyrics. Sometimes I would get a song stuck in my head and I would like bunk off, leave school early to go home and write the song. Same at college. I would be like, I have to go home and record this now, otherwise if I forget it, you know, like that would be tragic. So I had this pad full of songs that I'd written, full of lyrics. Just as you do, any writer or poet knows that it's just a book full of ramblings and ideas, and I left it behind in a class. And I was distraught. I just thought, oh my god, that's like years of lyric writing, and also how embarrassing, you know? And I was very panicked, as you would be, to leave that behind in secondary school and the idea of other people finding it. But someone found it, this guy that I like half knew, and he just gave it back to me without saying anything, just like, oh, I think this is yours, sort of thing. And I was so grateful that I hadn't lost all of that writing and work, and also that he didn't make a thing out of it. And I don't know, that was the first thing that came to my mind when I thought about it. But hopefully you have some kind things you can think of, and maybe even share in a comment. It's always nice to hear people's stories of kindness. And a kindness that I can remember doing, I always remember it because it's quite literally like one of the things people say for, you know, do something kind, was I was going to university, and as I came up to the road ready to cross at like a traffic light where people push the button and wait. Actually, it was a zebra crossing, sorry. So there are things called zebra crossings here, which I think are like, I don't know if they have them everywhere, but if a pedestrian is there, the cars all have to stop and let the person cross. And there was this, like, I don't want to say old lady, but like mature to old. She was probably like 60 something. And she kept like going to the zebra crossing. The cars would stop and she was getting panicked and would like then step back and like was getting really flustered. And then she like slumped against a tree that was by the side of the road and like looked quite distressed. And everyone was just walking past her. And like, I went up to her, I must have been 20 at the time. And I was like, are you alright? And she was like, Oh yes, I'm okay. I've just come from the hospital up there. I've got cancer and I've been having chemo and all of this. And she's obviously just very kind of out of it. Because there was a hospital at the top of the hill, like right next to my university. And I was like, oh, okay, like, shall I help you across? So, like, I literally helped an old lady across the road. And that's, like, my little kind thing. Because they always say, help an old lady across the road. And I literally did. And I was like, that's my good deed. I said, come on. She took, like, linked around my arm. I took her over the road. It's like, best of luck to you. Hope you feel better. I'm quite proud of that one because it's, especially in London, it's very easy to keep your head down, mind your business, you know, like, and that goes for helping people too. People are very ready to just keep going. And that's kind of the London way because there's a lot of trouble in London. So for anyone that is like, oh, have you got a minute? Your instinct is just to say, nope, I can't talk, and I just keep walking because you're about to get scammed or robbed or something. But if people that actually like need help, I try to. And that if it's like an obvious distress, then I like to think I would step up. But I'm also glad that I haven't been in too many situations like that because you can never know how you will react, and I don't judge anyone that does freeze up or doesn't quite perhaps do what they wish they did later on. It's not your fault, you know. Natural. Quite happy with this little castle, honestly. Doesn't this look really pretty? Very happy with how that turned out. And see, now what I'm tempted to do is close this in with trees. So it's like through the wood still that was here before. Now if we've got our tower there, we could get another building in here. And we've got this closed off. And I might move that big tree over here. Like that. I love that we can move these individually too, honestly. Like that. Do we like that? Do we like that tree there? I feel like this is more giving witch's cottage than castle, so I might actually change my mind and move it. And bring the trees back in. We don't want to completely cover that with trees, so I might leave that side open. And I think we've got space for something here. And we'll do the witchy cottage now. If we've got space, yes we certainly do. Backed up over this side. And we'll look for another icebreaker. Oh, this is a good one. Do you have any routines you use to improve your energy and your focus? I wouldn't call them routines, because I'm quite bad at keeping a routine. But I do take walks when I need to process something. A walk with some moving or cinematic music on helps me think so much. Helps me also just process emotions. If I need to like think about something or feel something and let it pass, then just sunglasses, headphones, walk. The best. Truly. But I want to get into a routine of like, wake up, do 10 minutes of yoga, lift a little bit, plank, take my walk, take vitamins. Really need to start taking like vitamin D and stuff. Hydrate. Do some work. Take a break. You know, exercise bike for a bit. But I let myself get so busy that it's very difficult to kind of maintain any routine that I start. It's frustrating, honestly, but it is what it is. We'll get there eventually, hopefully. Dun, dun, dun. Let me make this even smaller. Witchy vibes, witchy vibes. We'll have it be overgrown, I think. We're not going to outline this one. And this will actually have the house windows. Like so. Yes, yes, yes. And this would definitely have a chimney. Let's do the color now. Oh, I forgot about door colors. It's nice. Really overgrown for the witch vibes. And then path. Lined. Quite like that log there, actually. I'd like it better like that, I think. And it's kind of a cross through, and then we could do a line here of the flowers. Like that. It's like a little secret house almost. And I think then out into a back garden where it's almost like looks can be deceiving and out the back is really nice. You know what I mean? It's almost like a, the front says stay away, but really they make a lot of effort at the back. Like so. Their own little pond. Okay. Good, that's pretty, I like that. for the trees too. No ducks have come to this pond yet though. But they will in time. That's good. I quite like that. Through the trees there, a nice little hidden building. Okay. So now I'm going to move this big witch tree to signify the witch place. And we'll have that here where the road breaks off, right? And then all the kind of spooky dead trees we move over here. Like a Halloween walk on this left side. Which she's almost planted like it's spooky down here. Don't come down here. So she can enjoy her lovely garden and pond. Next question. If you could bring back a fashion trend, what would it be and why? Are baggy jeans out? Baggy jeans I used to love wearing, and I also love how they look on people. Like, quite attractive. Probably baggy jeans and like grunge style, grunge clothes. Long sleeve shirts, t-shirt over the top. Yes. Give it to me. Let's see if we can spawn in some extra spooky trees. How do I make it be a spooky tree? There we go, got a couple there. Wonderful. Quite like that. Looking forward to walking in person around that. Let's see what we have. I think one more space would make it nice for now. Something over here. You know what might be a good thing to attempt? Would be like a little residential area. Might be tough to do, but let's give it a go. As we break off down here. Like so. I'm going to try and do like a row of houses on either side, so let's remove the trees like we did before to give us some space. So you can just see what we're working with. You can always put them back in afterwards. Cool. like that looks like a little house, doesn't it? It's almost like I could see this being the area they tell you not to go down. You know what I mean? It's kind of the vibe I'm getting building this. Let's have another question. Would you rather speak all languages or be able to communicate with animals? What a great question. Because speaking all languages would mean you could travel no problem and speak to people everywhere you go and from all around the world. But speaking to animals, for me, it's no contest because that would be simply magical. And I would love that so much. I could know what my swans are saying, and the ducks, and the bumblebees, the cats, the dogs. I feel like I already know what my cats are saying, and it's just food, food, dad, dad, food, food. Feed us. I wonder if there's anyone who would pick languages over animals. I wouldn't judge you if you did. That's your choice. Now, leading into this residential area, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to try that again. Try again, darling. Okay. Let's come to here. Like this. Okay. So you have to kind of like enter this space, right? You know what we haven't done anything with yet? Fences, actually. So we could do people's gardens, couldn't we? This one is the cheap house. It has no garden. Like this. Oh. And the one with no gardening. That's the one you'd want to live in right there. Privacy on this side, beautiful pond. Wonderful. Obviously the front door. And we should probably close the back off perhaps, or Could be another pond, couldn't it? When in doubt, pond. I almost want to put a bridge here as well. Well, it can't quite be long enough. Turn, turn, turn. Okay, there we go. Where's this leading to? I want it to lead around, so... It's starting to open up the vibe a bit more, isn't it? I'm liking how this is coming along. There we go, that looks pretty good. Like that. Oh no. Make it smaller. Okay. Little garden. Quite nice. Now let's just decorate these fronts of these houses. And each one should have a light. Out front for the porch. And there should definitely be a street light as you come in. And a banner on the wall. Oh, and they should all have chimneys, of course. And windows. Single little windows. And the same for the gardens. And the sides. And it's all come together quite nicely. Let's see. think we've done quite well here, don't you? It's my first attempt at a sort of town or village build. There is still more space for more yet to come. Let's have a little walk around, shall we? So we'll start here. Let's actually start up here. The starting place that we had. This is kind of exactly what I had in my mind, and I'm so glad that I could build something like it, this little residential area. Something like you would see in an RPG when it's walled in like this, you know, it's like Dragon Age or The Witcher or something. Just a bunch of families living down here. It's like walking around one of your banished towns. A lovely pond. Some ducks. Say hello, Mr. Duck. You turn it down so this doesn't disturb people, but there we go. Quiet quacks. Walk our pathway. The ambience is just so nice. Or the ambience. We've got our stable here, our first little building. The smiths. The tower. And this is just in an hour. You could keep adding so much detail. Look at that with the moonlight through the trees. Oh, I love what we did with this pathway with the trees. Into the witch's cottage. Her lights are on. Should we sneak around back? I'm sure she won't mind. Her little pond where even the ducks know not to visit. Just lots of toads, though some say every time someone visits her and they weren't invited, her pond gets a new toad. No one can work out why. As we head back up this scary path, lit by starlight, and towards the castle. Built on a lake for the Bear King to stay safe. Watch your step, don't get your socks wet. As we take you to the master bedroom for you to get the best night's sleep of your life, like the king or queen that you are. Until the sun comes up, you head to the stable. You get your beautiful favorite horse. You take a ride to start your day. From the beautiful village of Omlele. And I think this was a pretty good start. And that is where we close the book tonight on Tiny Glade. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what other games you would like to see me do a sleepy series on, what kind of subjects you'd like me to talk about, and of course check out the podcast Down to Sleep, everywhere you get podcasts, or on YouTube. You can find all of the links that you need in the description below. Until next time, thank you for joining me, and good night.